Cutters, Degrassi, Unpopular Opinions. Hey there, Heather, ho there, it's Jeff Cutter Diamond. Welcome you to another Cutter, Degrassi, Unpopular Opinions. And this is number one. Not, fuck. 99. Yes, I'm getting very close to 200. I know what I'm going to do for 200. I know what format I'm going to do it in. I'm not telling you. So, anyway. So this is number 199. And unlike some Degrassi Unpopular Opinions, this does not have a Reddit post attached to it. So anyway, researching for trying to finish this off, well, my 200 will be my last Unpopular Opinion. I learned quite a lot. And, you know, there's this whole overhating on Emma thing that Reddit has done in the past few weeks. And for context, this is being taped on June 24th, 2023. So I decided to get in on it by practically saying that, you know, people are wrong. Emma, and it's like, well, how many good moments did Emma have? And, you know, I did a poll about the best moments she's had. And, you know, the number one thing is standing up for Manny during her abortion, if memory serves me right. I can't remember if that was number one or not. But the fact of the matter is, so that was going to be my premise for number 199, is about Emma's one good thing being Manny, helping Manny out, but it just didn't work out that well. Well, that was the premise. And then I remembered I already did something like that way early, and before in the first 100, I did something about Emma's helping Manny in season 3. Was that actually a good thing, or was that just being self-serving and all that? And then just this past week, there was a post about Emma, you know, blasting Peter for putting the drugs in Sean's locker to get rid of him. And Peter said, yeah, I did it for the relationship. And Emma says, when you see me in the halls, don't come near me because we're through, and walks out on him. And then a lot of comments said that, yeah, Emma says that when she gets inconvenienced, but when Manny gets inconvenienced, she doesn't bat an eye and still goes towards Peter. Well, Emma may have grown. And also, Manny and Jay basically teach Emma that, you know, Sean's the victim here. And I'm like, since when is Jay involved in this? I mean, fucking Jay was not supposed to... Jay convinced Sean to leave the scene of an accident. Jay should be in trouble, too. For all he's done. Like, that's pathetic. So the fact of the matter is that that was what was going to be. But then there was another post someone did, and about Emma. It was underrated that Emma helping Craig in season 2 was her best moment. And I'm going to say this: Emma's best moment, and what I forgot to put in the top Emma moments, was helping Craig in season 2. Very underrated move by Emma. So the title of the CDUO is Emma's underrated move, most underrated good move, was helping Craig in season 2. Alright, so season 2, the episode When Doves Cry, because Tears Are Not Enough is the season finale, but When Doves Cry is when Emma hangs out with Angie, aka Joey's kid, well, babysits her. And then this guy takes pictures of them. And people are shocked. Like, they find out that his name is Craig, and he's into photography. I don't know how I mispronounce that word so freaking often. But anyway, yeah, he takes photos. Yeah, but remember, this is season 2. So anyway, Craig has a propensity to be near Angie for some strange reason. What's worse is that we find out Craig's home life sucks. His dad basically beats him for almost no good reason. I mean, he yells at Craig for being late to things. And that's understandable, but then he starts to beat him up and all that. It's just plain stupid and all that. Well, Albert, as in Craig's dad, actually breaks Craig's camera and gives him $3,000 for a new one. Craig decides to use the money for him and Angie to go to BC. Joey's, of course, upset and doesn't want Craig anywhere near Angie. And then when Craig plays chicken with a train, and Sean saves him, in a sense, Joey doesn't know what's going on with this thing. But Sean and Emma tell Joey that Craig's dad is why Craig acts so erratically. Angie even pipes in. And they try to find Craig. And they find Craig at the gravesite of his mother, Julia. And then the pieces fall together as it turned out that Julia left Albert to marry Joey. And of course, that's when Joey says his wife has been dead for a year. So that's what, and Craig doesn't have a mom because of that. Well, because A, she's dead, and B, she left left Albert. Now, of course, I think it's popular, but I'm saying this. I think that Julia leaving Albert was basically the main catalyst for Albert beating up on Craig, because Albert is so mad over Julia leaving him that he's going to use Craig as a punching bag to get his anger out, if you will. So Emma does a lot of things. She does her research. She looks at old family photos and all that stuff and finds the pieces. And Craig finally gets helped by Joey and all that. He stays with Joey for a while, and then in the season finale, his dad pops up out of freaking nowhere, wants to fix the problem, but doesn't, and Albert is revealed to be dead. Craig is upset for some reason. He says, that's impossible because my tormentor is dead. I should be happy. But through a whole list of things, including being Luau King to Ashley's queen, he hallucinates his dad and wants to go after his dad. But, he causes damage to the school's, decorations, and Raj tells everyone to let Craig cool off, and then Terry talks to Craig, saying that Terry knows all too well because she's lost a dad. She lost her mom in an accident, and she was told about that at a birthday party. So then people were thinking maybe Terry and Craig would be a couple. Nope, very not. They went with Craig, Ashley, Manny in the love triangle, and they went with Terry and Rick. Bad choices. But the simple fact is, for all Emma and doing bad shit, she did some good stuff, but the bad stuff outweighs the good within the Reddit community and actually my mind. Now, let me make one thing perfectly clear. I'm not saying Emma's perfect. I'm not saying Emma should be absolved of all her bad stuff, her sins, if you will. But the fact is that Emma gets overhated. I even did a poll on the most overhated Degrassi character, and Emma won narrowly over Maya and Claire. The fact is that for all Emma's bad stuff, she did some good stuff too. Her charging things wasn't the best thing. All that, and she did make announcements out of molehills and basically stuck her nose where it didn't belong and all that. But what Emma did for Craig was fantastic and all that. Is that, Emma cared for Angie and also cared about Craig. And wanted to help Craig out. I think in a way Emma was hoping that by helping Craig would be drawn towards Emma. But in the same episode as Emma realizes that her mom's dating her teacher, Craig goes towards Manny. Emma is upset and walks away from the prom. And of course, she spots Spike and Snake kissing and gets mad at them for playing tonsil hockey. Spike does blow up at Emma, but Emma tries to justify her thing, saying that you should be with me, not my teacher. Prick. Move, Emma. When you look at it, is that Emma do it for her own benefit to get Craig? Possibly, possibly not. After all, Emma didn't have a boy after breaking off with Sean, after Sean accidentally shoved her during an argument with Jimmy. And the fact is that Emma was probably looking for somebody to like. And I think an Emma-Craig relationship probably might have worked out. Hell, I even would stand a Emma-Toby relationship. Toby gets shat on by the writers so much, and, with him and Emma. It doesn't mean it has to be a long relationship. It could be some relationship of several episodes. But yeah, Emma helping Craig out was fantastic in everything. And I feel that not enough people give her credit for what she does. The fact is that Emma did a lot of good things in her career. Like Purple Dragon, she did. But in a sense, she kind of did it for all the wrong reasons to try to get to Damien. But that's because Sean didn't correspond back and Emma felt cheated. So she wanted to go after Damien. probably forgetting that Damien was the cause of issues with the Lakehurst feud in season 6. But she probably just wanted to find somebody. And her desperation to find a guy is linked to the Rick Murray situation, of course, as I always say. But the fact is that, yeah, she wanted to protest Purple Dragon's policies by being naked in front of the whole school. Like, you're going to get all those horn dogs a chance to take photos. I hope they didn't take photos. Anyway, yeah, so Emma did some good stuff, but her Cause Girl effect basically ended with the Rick situation. I mean, after season 4, the only cause that she really was for it was trying to help Sean in season 6 and Purple Dragon season 7. And the Recycle project that actually blew up in her face when Kelly left, and Emma had to do things all by herself. So what you got here is the fact that for all Emma's bad stuff, her helping Craig was very underrated. I think it's one of the most underrated moves Emma made. And Emma made the right noises trying to help Craig out, but unfortunately it ended up backfiring on her and she didn't get who she wanted. So that's all I got. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond. Thanks for watching.